team, I hope you're all well. Today is Friday the 25th of July and I don't honestly know what this vlog is going to be. I was watching Jade's, is it Days in My Life of JD Ray or JD Ray's Days in My Life, or something like that video, and last night, and it just kind of, I thought it was a really good idea actually, as kind of like a full reset into not learning how to vlog again, but kind of learning how to vlog again. So as content creators, sometimes it can be hard for us to remember that we have a life going on outside of just the reading element to what we're doing. And sometimes some people don't like B-roll, and that's okay. I love B-roll in people's videos. I love getting a little look-see. I'm a nosy person, but I'm not nosy enough that I'm going to start infiltrating people's lives and asking for more from them. But I love getting a little look-see, a little sneak peek at what they're willing to give us into their life outside of just reading. And I love giving that to you. I'm very, very fortunate in my life to have loving parents and to have a brother as a best friend that has got 2 incredible kids. And I'm very fortunate to have that in my life, my partner, and I love to show you glimpses into that. So I think the thing is though, is that over the last, I don't know what's happened, but maybe this year as a whole, but at least over the last couple of months, it's been all about the reading. I look back at when I'm editing these vlogs and I'm like, I literally didn't leave this room. I couldn't even be bothered to go downstairs and film a clip downstairs just to have a different room in the house. So it's not very often I end up taking you out of the house. Now that could have something to do with the fact that I got a new camera a few months ago and I don't really like to carry it around. It was a very expensive camera and I'm terrified that it's going to break. I do have this little case for it. It's the DJI camera. I don't know what the frig it's called, but it's the DJI one, and I've got this little case for it. And I remember taking my camera out with me one afternoon when I was out with Amelia, Andy's niece, and we came back in the afternoon and I took my camera out of my bag. I hadn't put the case on, which is entirely on me, but I took the camera out of the bag and the gimbal wouldn't move. And I thought I'd broken the camera. And this was about 3 weeks into having the camera. So I'm very reluctant to take it out with me. Now, what I did find while I was in London, because I didn't take said camera with me, but what I did find when I was in London on J10do was that I just filmed on my phone instead. And the clips came out just as well. I don't even know if you'd have noticed that those clips were on my phone and then the vlogging clips were on this. You might not have even noticed. It worked out just as well. So I think that I kind of want to use this vlog as a little bit, as Jade has done. I will leave a link to hers in the description box down below, by the way, please go and watch it. But as Jade has done, is a little bit of a reset on vlogging as a whole. I want to get back into the routine of vlogging more, taking the vlog outside of the house when I leave. Like even on the days when I go to work, I barely film anything. And there are things that I could be filming, you know, sometimes I nip to see my parents. I actually go to work at my parents and I could film bits of the dog. I know you like to see Denver, but there are things that I could be filming and I just don't. Half the time, I just forget, honestly. The other half of the time, I do wonder if you don't care. So there's little bits of that, but I enjoy vlogs that have got B-roll in, where you get a glimpse into other things that are going on in people's lives other than just the reading. It makes you feel like you're on a FaceTime call a little bit and you're getting to see their whole life and you know them, you know? So I'm going to use this as a little bit of a reset, I think, until the end of the month. So it's currently Friday the 25th. The last day of the month is next Thursday, the 31st of July. And I'm going to kind of use this as a little bit of a reset, like Jade did. And there will be reading in this. I am currently reading. I'm supposed to be filming for a couple of other vlogs and that has kind of stopped, and I am wondering if I need to go back to weekly vlogging. So this is another reason why I'm doing this right now. There may be very minimal reading in this. There may be a lot of reading. I don't know. I may be able to kind of reboot myself back into filming for those other 2 vlogs. Those other 2 vlogs may end up finding themselves as weekly vlogs instead. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure yet. I need to use this reset to figure it all out because I've gotten myself very overwhelmed and very confused. And the other thing as well is that I'm on the cusp of burnout. So I want to try and use this as a little bit more of a chill kind of reset on everything. I need to reset on how I'm looking at vlogs. I need to reset on how I'm actually vlogging as a whole. I need to reset on the projects that I'm currently working on. So I'm going to use it as that. So it is Friday morning. It's currently 10 to 9 and Andy has nipped out to go and get his hair cut. He's off today. He's always off on a Friday. He's going to go and get his hair cut, and later on we are going to my brother's. So they have been in Scotland since Saturday last week, and they got back last night, and we're going to go and see them because we miss the kids a lot. We miss my brother and my sister-in-law as well, but we miss the kids a lot. So we're going to go and see them for the day. I think we're going to go to Hay Hall because it's glorious outside. I don't know if we're doing like mini golf or something, I'm not sure. But we're going to go to Hay Hall. Seems like a great day for a reset, honestly. So we're going to go and do that. We're out of the house today. I do have a couple admin bits that I need to do this morning. We're back on it with the Wedmin, and we need to get the final few different bits. There's a handful of different bits that we need to get back booked that we need to get booked for the wedding. So I'm about to pay for the deposit on the decor and set up a standing order to pay monthly for the rest of it. So I need to do that. And then we have just had a little conversation about entertainment as well for the wedding. We were and ahhing between two different options. We can't have both, unfortunately, because money is a thing. We were and ahhing between a singer who would sing between the wedding breakfast and between the ceremony and the wedding breakfast to entertain our guests during that portion, which in my personal opinion would be better during the wedding breakfast and the night party, because during the ceremony and wedding breakfast we'll be outside having pictures taken, especially if it's glorious. So I feel like it's going to be wasted. In my personal opinion, it would be great to have him there, but I think it's going to be wasted. So we've and ahed about it. It turns out the venue do play background music instead. So I think we're just going to go for that, and we're actually going to go for the cheaper option of the two entertainments that we will have for the whole day instead of just an hour and a half, and get a photo booth instead. So I also need to book that this weekend. So that's something else I need to book, and then we need to make a decision on a content creator. I think that I want one. Andy's not sure, so I need to convince him this weekend. And I think that's the last thing that we need to organise now. Bridesmaids dresses, suits, things like that can be organised next year. So I think that's the only thing, the only other thing that I need to organise now, and then I can get on with starting to make the invitations, because I'm going to do the invitations myself, try and save myself some money. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, I just need to do a little bit of Wedmin and get this paid, the deposit paid on this, and set up the standing order for the next 11 months. And then we'll be going out later. So what am I currently reading, you ask? I am currently reading an arc of Thorns and Fire by Helen Scheurer, which is the second book in the Ashes of Thesma series, and it comes out on the 31st of July when this video will end. So I need to just check what the synopsis says, because I don't know if I can tell you what it says, because it might spoil stuff. Yeah, it will spoil stuff. So this is a romantasy, and it's following Torge Eldbrock, who is a war sword, and it's also following Ren Embervale, who is a alchemist, if you like. She's kind of getting into the fighting a little bit more, I will say, because of everything that happened in the Legend of Thesma series. Now, what I will say is that although you can read this trilogy, this is only the second book, the last book is coming out this year, although you can read this trilogy without reading the Legend of Thesma series, I would highly recommend reading the Legend of Thesma series first. It's 4 books long, but they go by in the blink of an eye if you binge them. They're so good. It's been my favourite, well, it's been my favourite series of the year because it's the only series that I've binged. It was a 5-star series for me. I loved it. I did also throw in Slaying the Shadow Prince in there in between books 2 and 3. If you're going to read that one for emotional damage, read it between books 2 and 3. You can read it at any point, it's a standalone, but read it between books 2 and 3. But I think to get the most out of the series as a whole, you need to have read the Legend of Thesmar series, because Ren and Torge's story starts in that series, and then you will also have understanding and knowledge of Thea and Wilder, who are the main characters from the Legend of Thesmar series and are heavily in this series, because Thea is Ren's sister and Wilder is also a war sword alongside with his brother in arms, if you like, Torge. So it's very important, in my personal opinion, that you read the Legend of Thesmar series before the Ashes of Thesmar. You don't have to, but I would recommend it. So yeah, this has got magic in it, it's got fighting in it, it's got warriors that are very, very, very strong in it. It has fierce badass FMCs in it. It's got a romance in it, but it's kind of a slow burn romance if you like. It's slow burn if you have read The Legend of Thesmar. It's not slow burn if you haven't. Just to put that in there, because like I say, this romance between Torge and Ren started in the Legend of Thesmar series, not in the Ashes of Thesmar series. It continued in the Ashes of Thesmar series. So it's slow burn if you've read the first series. It's not if you haven't. And yeah, I can't really explain what else is going on this without spoiling what happens in the first book, which is Iron and Embers. But I really enjoy this series. I gave the first book 4 stars, or 4.5 stars. Didn't love it as much as the Legend of Thesmar series, but still enjoying myself nonetheless. And yeah, I just decided to pick that up last night. I didn't get too far in. I was starting to nod off. I got 6%. I don't know how far that is, but I got 6%. This book is shorter than the first one. It is going to be 448 pages overall. The first one was 544, so it's like 100 pages less. So yeah, I just decided to start that last night because I was looking for something to read physically, and I was like, I should probably start getting on with some arcs, because I have quite a few that I need to get on with, and this one is the next one that's coming out soon. So I decided to pick that up. So other than that, I don't know what else I'm going to end up reading. I did read Hideaway during my 24-hour timer challenge by Penelope Douglas, and I'm keen to continue on with that series, so maybe I'll pick up Kill Switch if I need an audiobook. But otherwise, I'm not sure. So we'll just see how the week goes and how I get on. That could be the only thing that I read. I might not even finish it. We'll just see what happens. Taking things I don't want to be too intense with myself, which is hilarious because this intro is like 14 minutes long, which is very intense. So without further ado, let's get on with the day, because I don't want to drag this out any longer. I'm yapping. I'm procrastinating. I don't know what I'm, but I'm procrastinating. So let's go, shall we? Hello team, it is Saturday and it's currently 1 o'clock, 1:05. Yesterday we went out with the farm, we went to Hay Hall. It was a really nice day, very, very, very warm. I do wonder if my face may be a little bit burned. It was very warm, very busy, but it was really nice, had a good time. I think I got a couple of clips, but I don't think I got as much as I was hoping to. Again, sometimes I just get carried away with living in the moment, which is great. But I'm trying to learn how to vlog again and remember to get my camera out. So today's plan, I've been awake since about 5:30, but I lay in bed till about 9:15-ish.
I didn't know if Andy was awake. He fell asleep on the couch again. So I just kind of lay in bed till about 9:15ish and then got up. I've put a load of washing in. That is now hanging out to dry. And Andy decided to let me know very last minute that he made arrangements with his mum today for us to go out for a drink this afternoon. So I don't know if that's still going ahead. He literally told me at 11 o'clock. So... You know, I watched the sprint race for F1 and then I spent the last hour and a half-ish making invitations for the wedding. So I don't know if these are the ones that I'm going to stick with. I obviously can't actually get the invitations printed until I have a full rundown of the day and I know all of the information that I need to know to put on all the invitations. But I've kind of set up a template of one that I like the look of. So we'll see what he thinks of that when I get a chance to show him. And I'm also here because I've got a couple of parcels to open with you, a Ferroloot and an Illumicrate. So, not Illumicrate, yeah, Illumicrate, but Afterlight. So I thought we could open those together. I didn't read much yesterday. I got one more chapter into Thorns and Fire, so I think I'm like 7 or 8% in now. Not too far at all. But yeah, I got a little bit further into that. But other than that, no other reading to tell you about. So this is for Fateful Bonds, the Romanticy box for July. And I'm kind of intrigued by this book, I will say. I have read a book from this, well, I've tried a book from this author before, but didn't really like it. So I'm intrigued by this one. I've heard very good things about this. And I am excited to give it a try. So let's pull this off together. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, Arcana Academy by Elise Cover. I think I've tried a book from this author before. Anyway, this is really pretty. It's definitely giving like Babel vibes by R.F. Kwong. The cover, at least. Anyway, I doubt that the book is. Look like this and this. Pretty. Ooh, he has a map. We do have a Dear Reader letter with a signature at the bottom. And underneath the dust jacket looks like this. Stunning. It says, your future is your tuition. Nice. Okay, this is a lot thicker than I thought it was going to be. And then underneath the dust jacket, we have a reversible dust jacket, which is a little bit of a colour swatch, I think, on the original. But nice. Faced with a prison sentence, a cunning thief must infiltrate a magical elite academy, conceal her identity, and outwit a prince she's vowed to despise. The first instalment of an enthralling fantasy romance series from best-selling author of A Deal with the Elf King. Yeah, I have tried a book by that author before. That was the book. I read it, didn't love it though. Wasn't a huge fan of it. So, nice. Okay, so that is the Ferroloot Romanticy for July. And then from Illumicrate, but Afterlight, we have Rodeo Romeo, which is July's book. Am I correct with that? Yeah, Afterlight July. We have Love is a War Song by Danica Nava. This cover is very cute. My apologies for the idiots that have very loud motorcycles and cars. Stunning edges, signed by the author. The end papers. Cute as hell. And then underneath the dust jacket on the naked hardback, we have The Ranch. This is very, very cute indeed. This is not too long of a book either. 314 pages. Okay, the synopsis for this one. Do we have a shorty patati version? No. Pop star Avery Fox has become a national joke after a misjudged photo shoot completely backfires. The shoot has turned her into a social pariah and the internet has dubbed her a fake. With threats coming from every direction and her career in flames, she escapes to her estranged grandmother Lottie's ranch in Oklahoma. Red Fox Ranch has been home to Lucas Iron Eyes. Since he was 16 years old, he has lived by 3 rules to keep himself out of trouble. 1. Preserve the culture. 2. Respect the horses. And 3. Stick to himself. When he is tasked with picking up Lottie's granddaughter at the bus station, the last person he expects to see is the Avery Fox. Lucas can't stand what she represents, but when he's forced to work with her on the ranch, he suddenly can't seem to get her out of his head. It's clear Avery doesn't belong there, but with the ranch's survival at risk, Avery and Lucas are forced to form a tentative truce to make a deal. Avery will help raise funds to save the ranch, and in exchange, Lucas will show her what it really means to be an Indian. It's purely transactional, absolutely no horsing around, but where's the fun in that? That sounds really cute, actually. Love this cover, very, very cute indeed. Okay, so Fairy Loot Romantasy and Afterlight. The Romantasy is the only box I get now from Fairy Loot, actually. I must remember that before I start thinking boxes are going missing. And the Evernight is the only other box I get from Illumicray. I don't know if we're due one for July or if it's August that we're due one. Let's have a quick butchers and see. Oh, we are due one this month. Okay, so that should be coming soon at some point. So, yeah, very nice indeed. Just a couple unboxings for you. And that is the only update I have for you. I'm not sure what else I'm going to do today, so I will keep you posted. Maybe I'll get some reading done later. Maybe I won't. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'll check in with you later. Hello, it is Monday. It is probably around 3:30-ish, I think. And I haven't updated you yet today. I have had this camera on charge all day and it hasn't charged. So I need to try and whack it back on charge again. I was working this morning. I filmed a couple of videos for Sing this morning and then I did Patreon sprints. My computer, I should remember this in future, but cannot export and stream at the same time. So that was a problem. And then I've spent the rest of the afternoon kind of watching YouTube and then trying to figure out what it is I want to read. I am still reading Thorns and Fire, but I haven't made any more progress. In all honesty, I don't think I've picked up a book on my Kindle since about Thursday or Friday. I can't remember the last time I updated you, honestly. But all weekend, I didn't pick a book up. So, yeah, this slump is truly getting its claws in me, and what I want to pick up is like Dungeon Crawler Cal or the Devil's Night series, but I have filmed my TBR for August and put those on, and then I was just going to kind of give up on July's reading. However, I really don't want to do that if I can help it. I just want to try my very hardest to get out this slump before it gets a grip on me too hard. So I have a couple of options here, and I think I was looking for books that Teddy Hamilton narrates because Teddy Hamilton is always a fun time, honestly. I love his narration and I just seem to really enjoy the books he narrates as a whole. So 9 Month Contract by Amy Dawes was an option. This one is about a grumpy mountain man who's seeking a baby mama, and basically he is just looking for someone to help him have a child. And it sounds fun. The second one has recently come out called The 7-Year Itch, and that one sounds really fun as well. So this is a possibility, but I think what I'm actually going to try and do is do a reread of something. Now, I've just been watching Ali's video of trying to get out of a slump. Earlier on this morning, I was watching Riley Marie's video of trying to get out of a slump. And the general recommendations are like a reread, which I always love to do a reread when I'm struggling with a slump, but sometimes I struggle to pick the right reread. So a reread or reading multiple books at once in like 50-page increments, but they've got to be of different genres, obviously, to make that work. Also, reading shorty patooties, so a short story or a novella, something like that. I think that a reread could work for me. I think that a cutesy YA reread could work for me. And I've been thinking about this anyway for a couple of weeks now, and I've just been avoiding doing it. I love to reread, but I don't do it too often because it takes time away from new books. That's the only reason I don't do it as often as I would like to, because I would love to reread the Lunar Chronicles series, but it's a commitment because I then can't dedicate that time to new books, you know? So anyway, I think what I'm going to try and do is try and reread To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. I don't know if I've ever reread this series, I've got to be honest, but I love this series. I think it's fantastic. I love the movies. I remember loving the books. I've never read The Summer I Turned Pretty, which would be way more fitting right now with the new series out, but I haven't read it before and I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. I've got them all on my Kindle. I just feel like a reread could be the right move here. So I think I'm going to give this a go. We're going to see how it goes. It's not too long. The audiobook is literally like 8 hours, 44 minutes. The chapters are relatively short, which really helps me as well. I feel like short chapters, a shorter book is definitely the way to go. So I think I'm going to give this one a read. If you don't know what this book is about, we follow Lara Jean, and she basically likes to keep mementos, but one of her favourite mementos to keep is a series of love letters that she has written to boys that she's been in love with over the years. I think she's got like 5 in total, if I remember correctly. And then one day the love letters, she's never any intention of sending them, but one day the love letters get out and she finds herself in a little bit of a pickle with this, and she ends up fake dating one of the guys that received a letter. So I really love this series. It's so good, and yeah, I just love it. I love the movies. They feel like home for me. They're such nostalgic movies. So I think this is what I'm going to do. Like I say, I am still reading Thorns and Fire, but I haven't made much progress at all. I'm like 8% in. I do intend to continue on with that book. I completely forgot that I'm actually doing a read-along for it. I'm taking part in the read-along for it with, I think it's Book Break or Tandem. I can't bloody remember. But there is a read-along being hosted over on Storygraph, and I am supposed to be taking part in that, and I completely forgot. So I will probably read it then instead, which may or may not be in this vlog. I don't know. I don't know how long this video is going to go on for. We'll see. It'll definitely end at the very latest on the 3rd, because on the 4th, Literature Readathon will be starting. That's if I'm over this fucking slump, otherwise we're going to be in a bit of bother. But yeah, I think this is what I'm going to do. So let's see how this goes, shall we? Okay, good morning, it's Tuesday. It is 8:30 in the morning. I'm giving you an update at a reasonable time today. I'm giving you an update because this did not go to plan as I'd hoped with To All the Boys. I made it to page 25 before I put the telly back on. And I ended up watching Purple Hearts last night, a movie that I've definitely seen over, I would say, 40 times. I love that film. I ended up putting that on last night until Andy got home, and then I potted around, got back to work a little bit and tidied the house a little bit, and then he was home. So I did go back to bed last night and continue on with Thorns and Fire a little bit, actually. So that is going well still. I'm going to continue this vlog instead of ending it on Thursday like I was planning on doing. I'm just going to end it on the weekend. So it'll have been a bit longer than a week, essentially. I want to finish something. So I'm determined to try and get Thorns and Fire finished this week. If that's the only thing I finish this week, I'm determined. So I will continue on with it physically, but the audiobook does come out on the 31st, I think. Let me just double check that before I lie to you. If it comes out earlier, that'd be even better. Yeah, on the 31st, the audiobook comes out and it's on BookBeat. So I will just pick up from where I am on BookBeat and finish it off. It's a shorter audiobook than Iron and Embers. So I was on 8%, I've now made it to 12%. I did read a couple of chapters last night and I am still enjoying it so far. It's just getting me to pick it up in the night instead of doom scrolling, which last night I did. I didn't even doom scroll last night. I literally came up to bed, put my phone on charge, picked this up for a couple of chapters and then put it down when I was nodding off and went to bed. I didn't pick my phone up again. So that was good last night. I did a good job yesterday. So I'm planning on continuing on with this. I am having a good time. This can go back on the shelf. I attempted. It didn't work out for me, unfortunately. So that can go back on the shelf. I'm not going to bother trying with 9 months contracts. I think I just need to focus maybe on one book. If I do think about picking something else up, I think it needs to be a shorter book to give me a quick sense of achievement. I am going to be picking another book up, but it's for a different vlog, so I can't tell you anything about the book in question, but I want to tell you that I am actively reading it in the background because I think I'm going to finish this week as well. But it is Direbound by Sable Sorensen. Now, I know you're looking at me going, Steph, after everything you said yesterday not to read 2 of the same genre at the same time, I know.
These are two romanticises, and I'm very aware of that. However, this is a series I'm already familiar with. I'm already very familiar with the characters, which I think is why, although in short bursts, I think it's working for me. This one is a book that I have been reading for quite some time now. I've been physically reading it. I'm on page 206, and the audiobook, I had it pre-ordered. It's just come out today. So my intention is to try and finish this off, but it's for a different video. So I was just going to leave it in here, but that video, I've already started filming. I've already completed one book for it, and I'm partway through completing another. So if I can complete this for it, all I have to do with that vlog in order for it to be able to go up is to complete that one other book. So if I can add another book to it because I get my reading mojo back, that would be great. But if not, all I have to do is finish that one other book. I'm not aiming for it to go up until towards the end of the month. So you're getting a little look-see into how my reading goes now. Sometimes I don't read the books in the order that they end up in the video. I sometimes end up reading them out of order, but the way that I move the video around makes it look like I've read them in that order. That is not the case. So you probably knew that. If you didn't, surprise. So yeah, I'm on page 206. My intention today, I'm currently exporting a video. I've got another video to edit. I've got some TikToks I want to film today. I think yesterday what happened was the minute that the video exported, and so what happens is when I'm streaming, my computer cannot cope with streaming and exporting a video. So once the video is exported, at some point partway through that video, there will be a blank screen. You can still hear me, but there will be a blank screen. It will cut the video out, like the visual out, but the audio you can still hear. It annoys the life out of me. I don't know why it does it. I just don't think it can cope with doing those two things simultaneously. So yesterday, once it did that, I was really hoping that wouldn't be the case, but yesterday, once it did it, I didn't have any motivation to do literally anything else after that. So I ended up faffing for the rest of the day. Today, I need to get on it now. I need to edit the other video that I filmed yesterday. If I could film another video today, that would be fantastic, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. But if I can film some TikToks / reels and also take some Instagram photos, I don't know if that's going to work out. It's very dull today. I could do with a brighter day, but we'll see. That would help me out quite a bit. I have been slacking on Instagram and TikTok. Again, burnout and reading slump will do that to you. I think in general I'm in a little bit of a life slump, so it will do that to you, and I need to contact the warranty company today for the car. So yeah, I've got a couple of things I need to be doing today, and in between those things, like this video is currently exporting now, so now's a good time for me to be reading rather than faffing on the computer. But when the next video is exporting, I can pick up my book as well, and it will break it up the day up for me a little bit. I'm not just reading the next, 300 / 400 pages of this book in trying to get through it in one go, especially while I'm struggling with 380 odd pages, especially while I'm struggling with a slump. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I do need to nip out later on today as well. Andy's got a parcel coming, so I have to sign for that first, and then I'm going to nip to Costco. So I'll take you along for that if I can, if it's not too busy. And yeah, that's what's going on with my day. So let's see how we get on, shall we? Hello. It's much later in the day. It's still Tuesday. It is 6:02 in the evening. And I have actually managed to do some reading. Shocker, I know. I'm as shocked as you are. I gave like a 30-minute sprint on YouTube ago to see how that would work out, and then made the decision to actually try one of those read with me for an hour videos that I can upload to Instagram and TikTok. So I actually managed one of those. I was interrupted by the door by a parcel that I had to sign for Andy, but I just kept the video going. I paused the timer, paused my audiobook, and then just came back to it so I can cut it out, which is fine. But it did mean that I managed to get some reading done, and now I'm 50% of the way through Diet Bound, which is fantastic because I was about 37% through. So I made some really good progress. I think it was about 68 pages I managed to read in an hour. So I'm now on page 293.
which I'm really, really happy with. I think I started the day off on page 206, and then I got to page 221 before I then did the hour. How much can I read in an hour? So I did read 68 pages in an hour, but I have managed to read almost 90 pages today, which is incredible considering I haven't been able to like sit and concentrate for a period of time. I have also ended up with 2 new arcs on my Kindle, not past me signing up for all of these arcs, and now they're coming in at the same time. So yeah, I could do a start in a couple of those, but they're all romantasy, and I'm currently in the middle of like 1, 2, 3 romantasy books. And the one I've got the most progress in is this at 50%. I am approximately, 30 pages into Silvercloak, and I am, how far did I say I was in Thorns and Fire this morning? I'm 12% into Thorns and Fire. So don't think I should be starting any more romantasy. If I'm going to start another book, it needs to be a different genre for sure. So yeah, I also do have a romance, a Jennifer Hartman romance I need to get on with as well, because I have an arc for that too. But again, it is a romance. So don't know if that is such a great idea. I do want to continue reading though. I am now wanting to read. The problem is I get excited about new books coming in. Then I get excited to start them, then I start them, and then sometimes the excitement wanes very quickly. I think the one that's just come in today, I will be like the most excited about. It's a cozy, witchy romance, romantasy, which is right now kind of like the thing I think I could be looking for. So I don't know whether to start that regardless of the fact that I'm already in the middle of 3 other romantasies. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I am going to put a hold on Thorns and Fire for the time being until the audiobook comes out on Thursday. So I could still finish that during this vlog. And then this one, obviously, I'm reading for a different video anyway. So whether or not I finish this week is regardless. It doesn't matter for this video. So long as I'm reading, that's all that matters. So long as I'm reading, that's the most important thing for me. So yeah, I'm tempted to pick up that other arc for sure. It's given me an idea for another vlog, which is not what I need right now, in all honesty. So I don't need more ideas for vlogs. I just need to read. So yeah, I've been watching quite a bit of YouTube today as well. I watched Gavin's latest haul this morning, and then I watched, what else did I watch? I think I watched Sid's video as well, which was where is my history? What did I watch today? Yeah, Sid's Week in the Life. I watched that one today. And then I've just watched Jodie's TBR Chooses my August reads video as well, which has then had me wanting to then potentially pick up books. I do like to do this sometimes. Watching YouTube makes me want to read, because sometimes I feel guilty about the fact that I'm just sat around watching YouTube when I should probably be reading. So it does make me want to actually pick up my books, which is great. It's just what to actually pick up that is the problem. So I don't know. Emmy's uploaded a Reading Fairy books video, so maybe I'll start watching that and see if inspiration kicks in, and maybe pick up a book. We'll see. But I just wanted to let you know I have managed like 90 odd pages today of a book, which is fantastic news. So success. I'm going to go because this camera is dying again. It's what happens when you film an hour-long reel/TikTok. I'll check in with you maybe later or tomorrow. We'll see what happens.
Another rainy afternoon, I don't know what I'm to do. I just miss you more than anything. way too quiet in the house.
Good morning. It is Wednesday. It's currently 8:40. I'm going to be getting ready to go to work soon. I just need to pack my laptop up. But I have a couple more reading updates for you, actually, surprisingly enough. I told you yesterday what progress I'd made in Diabound, which was amazing. I'm not telling you my thoughts on Diabound. It's for a different video, but I just wanted to tell you that I made some progress because I thought it was the only progress I was going to make. And then I shocked myself. I was going through trying to find the audiobooks for the different books that I want to read in August, and then making a note of them on my Notion where my TBR is so that I knew where to locate my audiobooks. And I suddenly realised that an audiobook for one of the arcs that I have is actually out. The audiobook and Kindle version I think have come out early. The physical copy comes out a little bit later on in August. So I ended up picking up Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint by Sing and Song. This has been sent to me by Eyes Press, who are a publication I've worked with multiple times with manga and light novels and things like that. And this is the novelization of this. I believe it's a webtoon or something, a webtoon comic. The updated and official translation of Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, the global hit apocalyptic fantasy web novel, now in print. So it is like, text. And this one it's very reminiscent of Dungeon Crawler Carl, which I'm loving. So it's like an RPG, and I'm really having a very good time with it. I should have realised that this really would have been like right up my street, especially right now, when the only things that are like super holding my attention are Dungeon Crawler Carl and like The Adventure Zone, for example. So anyway, I ended up picking this up on a whim. The audiobook isn't too long, but I just listened to it for maybe an hour until Andy got home from work, maybe shorter than that, and I managed to get to page 103. I actually did really well with this. He came in just as I was finishing this page, and I made it to episode 3, The Contract. So this is following our main character, whose name is Doja Kim, and basically he reads this online series about how to survive an apocalypse, and he's like the only reader left reading this. There wasn't that many when it first started, but 3,000 chapters on, and he's like the only person left, and it's the last chapter, but it is mentioned that there will be an epilogue, but this is going to become monetized. So he's fine with that. He's like, I've been reading this free for like the last 10 years. I am absolutely fine to pay for it. But the next day, after he's ended up speaking to the author of said novel, the next day he's on the train on his way home from work, and something really bizarre happens, and it ends up becoming like a really apocalyptic world. The synopsis says, kill each other within the time limit or die. It's just another evening commute on the train until the passengers are given an order they can't disobey. Utter chaos ensues, but ordinary office worker Doja Kim only feels an unsettling calm. He knows exactly how this will play out. The subway car, the passengers' reactions, even the bizarre creature that suddenly appears to oversee this sadistic scenario. Everything is straight out of his favourite story, an online novel so obscure he is the sole reader. And as the only one who knows where the plot is headed, Doja must use his knowledge to survive the oncoming apocalypse. So far, it's really good. It's kind of done in a very similar vein as well. I think this has been me. I don't know what came first, Dungeon Crawler Carl or this. I'm not by any means saying that anybody's copied anyone, because I don't think they have, but it is done in a similar way. It's also giving me solo leveling vibes as well. So if you're a fan of Dungeon Crawler Carl or solo leveling, I think you're going to enjoy this. But the solo leveling side of things is that it will give updates on like character profiles that you can look at. It will give you updates on, capturing coins for things that you've done. Also, like your first kill achievement, things like that. So far, having a very good time with this. I just flew through that 100 pages. Honestly, I blinked. Andy was home, and I'd done 100 pages. It was really, really good. So having a good time with this so far. I will definitely finish this by the end of this vlog, which is great, even if I don't manage Thorns and Fire, but I still intend on doing so. Didn't pick that up again last night, but what I did end up picking up instead because I was so desperate. The 2 arcs that have come in, I'm so desperate to pick both of them up. But they're both like, one of them's cozy fantasy or cozy romantasy. It's definitely got a romance element to it. The other is romantasy, but an epic romantasy. And I think I need to get through some of the romantasies I am actively currently reading right now before I can start either of those. So I'm going to focus on Direbound and Thorns and Fire. I think I feel better if I've at least got those 2 done, but I do have another one that I am still partly reading that I need to get through as well before I can start those other 2. So I decided to start one of my romance arcs instead. And I did decide to pick up Dream On by Jennifer Hartman. I've been avoiding picking this one up because I didn't realise when I applied for it that it's actually YA. But I think it's YA in the sense that it spans over multiple years. So it starts off following these people in school. They're in high school. I don't think they're young by any means. I reckon they're like 17, 18. But it starts off following them in school and then it spans into adulthood. As far as I'm aware, I think that is what happens here. Let me just get the synopsis up so I can tell you exactly what this is about, because I can't remember off the top of my head. This does come out on the 12th of August, so I do still have some time with this one. So this one is an all-new standalone filled with heartache and dreams. Lexington Hall and I were never supposed to collide. He's the golden boy of Hollywood, and me, a small-town dreamer with stars in my eyes. But when we share the stage at our high school musical, something ignited. Then, just as quickly, it all fell apart, leaving my dreams in pieces. Now, 4 years later, Lex is a household name, turning our past into a television sensation. He spun our story for the world to see while I'm still haunted by what we lost. With millions obsessed over the real Stevie St. James, Lex reappears with an offer too tempting to turn down, a fake romance to keep the buzz alive in exchange for financial freedom I desperately need. I convince myself I can play the part, but as old feelings resurface and new risks emerge, the line between fiction and reality begins to blur. Dreams are easy to chase, but falling for the guy who shattered mine could cost me everything. So it says the reading age for this book is 16 to 18, so it is upper YA, probably. I would probably categorise this as more so new adult, I reckon, but I don't know how steamy it's going to get, if steamy at all, I'm not sure. But so far, last night, my intention was to just start it. I didn't care how far I got, but just to start it. I couldn't stop once I got started. I suddenly realised I was like 3 chapters in, and I was like, oh, holy shit. I made it to chapter 8, 14% into this book last night. I just couldn't stop. I completely forgot how compulsive and how immersive Jennifer Hartman's writing style is. I've read 2 books from her. I have read Still Beating, which is one of my all-time favourite books, and Lotus. Didn't love that one as much, but still really enjoyed it. I have June 1st on my TBR as well, but I, for some reason, just avoid, maybe it's because it's big, but I just avoid picking that one up, and I shouldn't, because I think I'm really going to love it, and I don't know why I don't reach for her books more often, and I really should. This has been so good so far. We've had the meet cute, if you like, between Stevie and Lex. It wasn't a good one. Lex is a bit of a dick, but we're getting, because it's dual POV, we are getting a look-see into why he is the way he is. So he is very clearly a child TV star. And, he's grown up basically on TV. His mum is an actress. He's grown up on TV doing commercials or a TV series. And we're getting a look into why he is the way he is. And Stevie, her family, she's got a mum, dad, and her sister. I reckon there's something else that's happened within that family, but they are your everyday living paycheck to paycheck family. Whereas obviously Lex's parents are very, very different. They're clearly very rich and, have a lot of money. So the worlds are so very different, but they're colliding with this school play. So the other thing as well is that the play that they're going to do is Moulin Rouge. It's one of Andy's favourite movies of all time. So I know it very well because I have seen it multiple times since we got together. So it's kind of weird knowing the movie that they're doing the play on Inside and Out. Is very bizarre. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. I already this morning have thought about wanting to pick this up immediately again. So I reckon when I get home later, I'm either going to pick this back up or I might save that for bedtime tonight and try and get this finished just to give me a sense of achievement. Anything that I do finish within this vlog, or even if I finish it tonight, for example, this, it will not be featured in any wrap up for July. It will just go into August because I'm done with July now. I've drawn a line under it, even though today's the 30th of July and tomorrow's the 31st. It's not officially August till Friday. I've drawn a line under July with this slump. I obviously didn't anticipate picking this up and just flying through it, but alas, it is what it is. Also, a quick note on wrap-ups. I'm no longer filming them. I've gotten to a point in my life again where I hate wrap-ups and I can't be bothered. They never do particularly well. I think because I do reading vlogs and the majority, if not all, of my books are featured in reading vlogs, people don't tend to watch the wrap-ups. So I can't be bothered to do them anymore. I'm reading I would say between 18 and 30 books in a month, and I just haven't got the memory capacity as somebody who has a terrible fucking memory anyway. I haven't got the memory capacity to remember every single thought about every single book to do a wrap up at the end of the month. I know some people have suggested to me doing a vlog style wrap up, so do a very quick clip of a wrap up of my thoughts in the moment and just put all the clips together. That would work out better for me. I just truly can't be bothered. I don't particularly care for wrap ups. I don't watch them as a consumer, so I don't like to film them. I don't enjoy filming them, and I prefer to film content that I enjoy in the hopes that it comes across on camera so that you guys enjoy it more because I'm enjoying it. So I've made the decision to no longer film wrap-ups. I will be filming them in short form content in the form of a yes, no, maybe on Instagram and or TikTok. So I have already filmed the reel for July, which is another reason why this, if you catch that reel and or TikTok and this isn't in it and you're like, yeah, but she finished that on the 30th of July, it's going in my August wrap up. Just know that. So if I do finish that today, just bear that in mind. I may even just leave it now until Friday. Actually, I doubt that's going to happen because while I'm on a roll, I feel like I should continue on with this and get it finished. And then if I get that finished, then tomorrow when the audiobook for Thorns and Fire comes out, when I get home, I can get on with that. And make some progress on that a little bit. Probably not too much actually because Andy's off tomorrow, so we will probably end up sticking around at my brother's for a little bit longer than we usually do so that he can see the kids. Not my brother, because my brother lives with the kids, obviously, Andy. So yeah, so that's what's going on right now with my reading. I am making progress in Diabound, but I'm not going to tell you what that progress is fully and how I'm feeling about the book. But Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, 100 pages yesterday. Dream On by Jennifer Hartman, 14%. I think I worked that out. It's around about 67 pages-ish yesterday. And then I read approximately 92 or something pages in Diabound yesterday. So I read I read about 250 pages yesterday, which is actually fucking amazing for me. So pretty pleased with that, really happy with it. But yeah, I'm excited to get back and pick up both of these books. I'm also excited to pick up Diabound as well. But I'm excited to get home and pick up both of these books today. So looking forward to that. I may even, depending on what time I get back, I may even try to do another hour in Diabound as well. So maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll try and do an hour in Diabound and then finish this off. And then at night when I get in bed, read some more of this. Maybe that's what I'll do, just to make some more progress in Diabound. I'm pointing at my shelves, by the way. So yeah, anyway, this has been a really long update because I've rambled on about the wrap up. I need to get going.
Go on. Do it again. Do it proper. Again. funny. Hiya. Hiya. Did he? Hello. Hiya. Who is that? Luca. Can you say Luca? Luca. Not Andy. Luca. Luca. Can you say Andy? Good boy. Can you say ball? Can you say tractor? Can you say duck? Good boy. That was very good. Can you say Steph? Can you say Tom Tom? Dum Dum. Tickle, 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 tickle. Dum. Hello. What on earth are you doing?
Just people watching.
Okay, good morning, team. It's Friday. I don't think I've spoken to you for a couple of days. Can't remember if I spoke to you on Wednesday or not, but I definitely didn't speak to you yesterday. It has been my working days. The whole point of this video was to try and get back into like filming even on days when I'm at my dad's working or at my brother's, but alas, it is what it is. The other point of this video is to get me back reading regularly, so I think we're managing that, I reckon. But yeah, it is Friday and I didn't read anything. Oh, I read like a chapter of Diabound on Thursday. But yesterday when I got home, we ended up going out for tea with Matt, Tara, Thomas and the kids, and we were absolutely knackered when we got home. So we watched a little bit of TV. Andy passed out on the couch pretty early, and then I went to bed, and I did end up reading a bit of Thorns and Fire on my Kindle because the audiobook is now out. It came out yesterday and I made it to 22% of this. So I read 10%, I was on 12%, made it to 22%. I have a physical copy coming today. I kept holding out on pre-ordering a physical copy because I wanted to see if Fairly were going to do a matching edition of Iron and Embers, but I don't think, unless they're announcing it very later on, I don't think they're going to. So I've ordered a normal copy. But yeah, I haven't yet finished Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. So I think I want to do that today and then also make progress in Thorns and Fire because I think by the end of this vlog I want this and Thorns and Fire finished. So I think that's going to be my goal. So yeah, I think I'll do this today and make some progress on Thorns and Fire. I would like to get a little bit of work done today as well. I need to do some chasing around with the car, try and get that sorted. I do have a problem with the car at the moment. I've got some orders for Etsy that I need to pack as well, and a little bit of admin and some videos to edit. But yeah, I did have a couple of books come in yesterday. Let me get them and show you because some of them has gone on my shelves. I've just noticed how these books are numbered. You know, sometimes you get books in a series and they have the number of the series on the side. I've just noticed how these are done. It's very, very clever, I will say. I like it a lot. So the Feral Gods book 4 by Matt Dinnerman came in of the Dungeon Crawler Cal series. Let me show you how it's done. These skulls, the white ones, book 4. I think he intended for it to be 6 books. Book 7's coming out later on this year. So, and then I also got my copy of The Butcher's Masquerade by Matt Dinnerman as well. Book 5. So yay for that. These books truly do get bigger as you go along. I think this one is just over 500. This is just over 6. Oh no, just over 700, sorry. So yeah, these books truly do get bigger as you go along. But I had these ordered anyway from Sci-Fi, or I think it was Sci-Fi.
I don't have book 6 yet, so I do want to get book 6, but I have these now so that if in August I make the decision to binge the series, I can do. I have book 3 on my August TBR. So those did come in yesterday, and then I also did get from Lonely Planet, the publisher themselves, I did get Dream Trips of the World. I had someone reach out to me actually and ask me did I want something from their upcoming releases. So I have a couple more coming in around September, I think, but she then also asked me did I want something from the backlist. So I did end up getting this one. Me and Andy, obviously, we are getting married in less than a year's time now, because it was a year yesterday until we were getting married. So it's in less than a year's time now, 364 days. And we don't have anything planned yet for our honeymoon. We've no idea where we want to go because we have so many options. So we've no idea where we want to go. And I thought that this may help us out a little bit, and the other books that are coming up in September. So I did pick very carefully what I wanted to pick out of the options that she sent me, and I feel like this one would be a good one to have a look through. I was having a quick flip through last night. Andy got so excited when he saw it come in, and I explained to him my reasoning why I picked the one that I did. But they have so many different options. The colours of the pictures in here are stunning. Look at that Highland cow for Scotland. Stunning. They have all sorts, like that was an Isle of Skye trip. They have all kinds of trips. Italy. This one is a really good one. They've got all over the world. So they've got Africa and the Middle East. They have Europe. They have America. They've got Australia. They've got Asia. They've got everywhere. Look how pretty. Absolutely stunning. So very excited to have a proper look-see through this, see if we spot anything for our honeymoon maybe. But yeah, thank you very much to Lonely Planet for sending me this one. I truly appreciate it. It's such a beautiful book as well. This is like proper, one of those proper coffee table books as well. Stunning. So yeah, thanks to them for sending me that. So yeah, today I will get some book mail. I'll unbox it with you. I may get more than I think I'm going to do, because I'm fairly certain that I've got a couple of Ferraloot orders on their way out to me as well. I'm not sure. But that's my plan for today. Get some editing done, get some reading done. I am exhausted. I didn't sleep particularly well last night, and then the smoke alarm made the decision to start beeping at 3 o'clock this morning. Andy was asleep on the couch downstairs, because that's where he fell asleep and didn't wake up till this morning. And he did not hear it. So I was up a step ladder at 3 o'clock this morning trying to shut the smoke alarm up. And it was particularly annoying. And then it took me ages to fall back asleep, because I didn't know if I'd been able to shut it up or not. So I was waiting for it to just beep again. It sent me into a fit of rage. So yeah, I'm absolutely shattered this morning. I do have a banging headache. I don't know how productive today is going to be, but I could do with it being a pretty productive one. I feel like I've done nothing again for like the second week on the bounce. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm going to go and get myself ready for the day. Well, I am ready for the day. I'm going to go and get some work done. Okay. We're just going to ignore what I'm wearing. I am in... I don't know what mood I'm in. I'm in burnout, do not want to work but have no choice. Trying to be as productive as I can before my body literally shuts down on me, or my mind, whatever comes first, before one of them literally shuts down on me and I can do no longer mood. That's the mood I'm in. So attire, not here to do fashion, okay? We talk about books on this channel, not fashion. Don't judge me. Anyway, clearly longing for autumn, okay? And today is giving me the vibes, so I'm just putting all of it on. It's 2:45. I haven't done any reading. But what I have done is I have edited 2 reels / TikToks. I have scheduled Instagram posts for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've scheduled Instagram posts for 5 of the next 8 days. I actually just need to take a couple of photos and film a reel for the rest of it, and then I'll be scheduled and ready to go for the next 9 days, which will be great. It will get me ahead for some Instagram content, because I've been flipping horrendously slacking. And I'm frustrated with myself. So I've been doing that. I've edited an entire video, which it started out at an hour long, and I managed to get it down to about 42 minutes, I think. So that took me a while to do as well. And I think I might be done with editing today, unless I get a second burst once I've filmed this other second reel, just one more reel, and then, sorry, third reel, and then taken a couple more Instagram pictures. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I've been kind of productive on the work front side of things, but because none of it has got, like, I'm not reaping any immediate rewards, I'm feeling a little lackluster with it. So I do need to get on with some reading maybe. I think Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint will really help me to give me a sense of achievement today. So I do want to get to that as soon as physically possible. But I just want to get work done so that it is done indeed. I need to phone the garage. I've spoken to my warranty company, so I do need to phone the garage. I keep putting it off. I've not had any lunch yet. But I have had a couple pieces of mail. So this did come from Waterstones earlier on this morning. I thought I would wait until I'm unboxing my other book to tell you about it. But this is Well Actually by Maisie Eddins. This is coming well early. It's not due for release until the 5th of August, and it's currently the 1st, so you know, we're quite early with that. I may try and pick this up for literature, but I do still have Late Bloomer on my TBR that I haven't picked up yet from Maisie Eddins, so I should probably prioritise that, but I'm really excited for this one. So I'm not sure, but looking forward to this one. It is a second chance romance, I think. And then we do have the mail from The Zone, which is my copy of Thorns and Fire by Helen Schreiber. This is so much shorter than I thought it was going to be. I knew it was shorter than the first one, but it's so much more shorter than I thought it was going to be, 420 pages. So let's put a bookmark in so I can visually see where I am in this book, because that will really help me out. I love to see a visual. This is why I love to have that actual book. But when it's a big chunky book, sometimes I don't need to see the visual. Okay, chapter 12 is there, right there. I'm not even 100 pages in. Page 90. Okay, maybe I didn't need that visual after all. 22% sounds so much better than page 90. I know it's the same thing, but still. Yeah, page 90 so far of this book. It is what it is. So I will be making more progress on this, but this is one of the books that I do want to take an Instagram. Oh my God, that's stunning. An Instagram photo of. I wasn't anticipating that. That is beautiful. Gorgeous. We'll have to see if Verily do a matching edition of this for the Iron and Embers. If not, I may just get a plain copy of Iron and Embers and just collect plain editions instead. We'll see. Anyway, really pretty. Very excited about the book mail. It's been book mail galore for the last couple of days, and I know I've got more on the way, especially from Verilute, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, so that's what's going on. Been very busy with editing. More so editing than anything, actually. I've also been getting very distracted. There's a lot of work going on my street right now, and it's distracting the hell out of me, I will say. Albeit I am just in the mood to allow literally anything to distract me, so that's where I'm at with that. So I'm going to go, and I will chat back in with you probably when I've finished Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. Hopefully that will be today. If it's not, you'll see me tomorrow. Good afternoon, team. It is 2:25 on Saturday, the 2nd of August. I am so confused. I keep thinking today's Sunday and it's not, it's Saturday. I have been editing this video up until the clip right before this clip point, and it's already an hour and 2 minutes long. So I've got to start making these clips a lot quicker, which is hilarious. I'm about to unbox something with you and tell you a couple of reading updates. So last night, I did get to bed. What did I do yesterday? Oh, I was working up most of yesterday, and then for the rest of the day I kind of chilled with Andy, and then last night did go up to bed a little bit earlier actually. He almost pretty much sent me up to bed. I've told him I'm struggling with a slump, and he's like, go make me proud, go do some reading. So naturally I got to bed, doom scrolled for about an hour and a half, and then picked up Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, in which I read for about an hour. I made it to page 195. I was on page 105, I think. And then promptly continued to doom scroll for the next, and I was on page 103. So I read 92 pages or something. So I then promptly doom scrolled till about 2 o'clock in the morning. So aiming to get this done today. That is my goal for the day, is to get this finished. I did also read something else last night. I forgot I started this actually, but I did start I Hope This Finds You by Anne Liang, which is a short novella following on from I Hope This Doesn't Find You by Anne Liang, which I read last year and gave, was it last year or earlier on this year? I can't remember, and gave 4.5 stars if I remember correctly. This one does follow on from that. It is a very short novella. It's like an exclusive novella. You got it if you pre-ordered Never Thought I'd End Up Here, which I did pre-order earlier on this year. And I made it to page 45. I think there's about 73 pages in this. I'm 67% of the way through. So this is another one that I'm kind of hoping maybe I can finish today. We will see what happens with that, but it'd be nice if I could finish both of those today. I'm about to show you this. The cover is not on there. It'd be nice if I could finish both of those today. That would be lovely. At 3 o'clock, the Hungarian Grand Prix qualifying is on, so I'll be going down to watch that, but I'm pretty much done with editing this now. I could do whatever is on this for this video and get those in as well before the qualifying, but I might just leave it up until this point now, do a little bit more tomorrow, we'll see. But then my Evernight box did come in, which I mentioned a little bit earlier on in this vlog, because I opened up the Fairy Romantasy and the Afterlight box, and I did say that the Evernight would come in at some point, and it has done. It came in today, so I thought we might as well be consistent and open it up together. So for July, this is the card. I'm kind of excited about this one because I've read a book by this author before. It was a novella, and I was very early on in my horror era when I read this book, because it's quite a few years ago now, and I still think about it on the regular. I think I gave it 3 stars. It was maybe a little bit too weird for me at that point in time, but I think I still gave it 3 stars because it creeped me out. It did its job. So that was Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Khaw, and I did like it, and I do still fondly think about that book, I will say. I know it's not up everybody's street, but this one is The Library at Hellbore by Cassandra Khaw. This is beautiful. This is very short, and I'm really excited about that. Look at those sprayed edges as well. Okay, oh wow. The end papers. Oh, I can see the naked cover and it's stunning. More end papers, signed, and then underneath the dust jacket on the naked hardback. This is beautiful. Oh my goodness me. I kind of want to pick this up right now. I'm not going to do that, obviously. 286 pages. It looks so much shorter. Okay, this is the full dust jacket as well. Nothing on the reverse. Let's find out what this is about, shall we? The Hellbore Technical Institute for the Gifted is the premier academy for the dangerously powerful, the Antichrists and Ragnaroks, the World Eaters and Apocalypse Maker. Hellbore promises redemption, acceptance, and a normal life after graduation. At least that's what Alessa Lee is told when she's kidnapped and forcibly enrolled, but there's more to Hellbore than meets the eye. On graduation day, the faculty go on a ravenous rampage, and only Alessa and a group of her classmates escape the carnage. Trapped in the school's library, they barter for their survival, one sacrifice at a time, with the faculty breaking down the door. Alessa and her fellow destroyers must form one last desperate pact against obliteration. What? That sounds incredibly insane, but incredible. Okay. Amazing. Very excited about that. That's just like, oh, slow down, love. That's just super reignited my excitement for wanting to do a Keep It or Yeet It, I will say. Exciting. Stunning. Yeah, so that has come in from Evernight, and those are my reading updates. So that's everything I have to tell you. So yeah, I'm going to go. Like I say, have been editing this vlog, and I'm going to watch the F1 qualifying, and I will check in with you probably tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have finished something finally. It's not going to be Thorns and Fire. I can guarantee you that right now. That is going to go into next week, which is Literature Readathon. So it is what it is. I have not been able to get myself out of this slump. Hopefully I'll be able to finish at least something, but I've not been able to get myself out of this slump in the slightest. I will literally do anything else but read right now. As much as I want to read, I will do anything else but read. So next week may be a case of trial and error. I may end up just starting a whole bunch of books next week and just seeing what sticks and having to do it that way round. But I would like to still finish Thorns and Fire, so hopefully I will get that done next week in Literature Readathon. We'll see what happens, but I'm going to go finish off this last little clip that I've got, and no, it's 25 to now, so I will go get myself shut down up here and go downstairs and get ready for the qualifying. So I will check in with you tomorrow probably. Okay, good morning. It is Monday and I'm here to wrap this reading vlog up. I didn't speak to you yesterday at all. I haven't been feeling particularly well, like physically, other than just mentally. So I kind of had a bit of a rest day yesterday. I did a little bit of work in the morning, but I had a bit of a rest day yesterday. I didn't do any reading, lots of TV time. I've been watching a lot of YouTube, especially Gavin's videos. I don't know why. I love him naturally, so that's why. But yeah, I did manage to finish a couple of things there, which is so exciting, and I'm very proud of myself. So the first thing that I did manage to finish was Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, which I did end up giving 3.5 stars in the end. 3.5 stars in the end. I really enjoyed the beginning of this a lot more than I enjoyed the rest of it. So when I first told you that I was into this and I smashed my way through 100 pages, that portion really enjoyed. But the rest of it I felt like dragged. Now that could have been me. That was the problem, but I just felt like we were kind of repeating ourselves a little bit, whereas like with Dungeon Crawler Cal, it's different situations each time. This one I felt like it was moving at a relatively slow pace, like how quickly the RPG was going. It's a lot faster paced in Dungeon Crawler Cal. Whereas this one, I felt like it was moving at a much slower pace. Same thing with Solo Leveling. It's a lot faster pace in there than in this one. I am intrigued enough that I would potentially pick up the second one. But yeah, 3.5 stars. I liked it. It was fun. So I did finish that. And then I also managed to finish I Hope This Finds You by Anne Liang, which is, as I've mentioned, a short novella that follows directly on from the events of I Hope This Doesn't Find You. It follows Sadie and Julius. And essentially, it's a little bit like a reverse To All the Boys I've Loved Before. So in To All the Boys I've Loved Before, Lara Jean has these love letters that she's written. She's addressed them and they end up getting out. This one is like not a reverse, actually, of that. It's a modern day version of it. They're emails. And they're emails about Julius, and not just Julius, actually, but Julius or Julian? Julian, I think. Not just Julian, but other people in school. So the majority of them are like hate emails, but for Julian, they're like admiration, love emails, and they're very much so like academic rivals. They are the two cleverest people in the school. And they end up being put together, forced together to like show new kids around school, on the parents of new kids around school and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed I hope this doesn't find you. And then following on from that directly, I hope this finds you. It follows them going to university, and I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. For a 78-page novella, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed my time with it. So I gave this one 4.5 stars, which I think is what I gave I Hope This Doesn't Find You. So those are the 2 books that I did manage to finish this week. We have not conquered the slump. I have made my way through a handful of other books as well. I made it 12% into Dream On by Jennifer Hartman. I haven't picked this back up since I told you that went by really well. I'm loving the writing style, and I should continue on with it because I think it would be a quick one I could get through. Haven't picked it up since. I really need to do so. I'm hoping that maybe I can do this week for Literature Readathon, but we'll see. And then Thorns of Fire, I made it 136 pages in. It's behind me and I can't bother to go and get it. The height of laziness. It's Sprinter about to start in 26 seconds, so I need to be quick with this. So yeah, I made it 136 pages into that. Again, hoping maybe I can finish that this week. And then I did continue on with Diabound a little bit, which is actually for a different vlog. So I did dip in and out of a lot of books. I didn't get a great deal of reading done, but I did manage to finish a couple of things eventually, so the shorter things. So yeah, I managed to finish some stuff, not a lot. It is what it is, but this is a realistic week, actually a realistic about 10 days, I think, in my life of dealing with burnout and a reading slump. So I hope that it was still fun for you guys. And I hope you still enjoyed it regardless. Let me know in the comments down below what you do to deal with a slump. I have tried the regular things, a reread, shorter books, etc, etc. So let me know in the comments down below what it is you do specifically to deal with a reading slump. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye for now.